Ever feel stuck, like you're in a rut you just can't get out of?
Yeah.
Like someone or something is pushing you along a path
Right.
that you didn't really choose? Like some invisible force is influencing your choices.
It's like that feeling when you're scrolling endlessly through
Yes.
social media
Yes, exactly.
and you just can't put
Right.
it down.
It's kind of creepy when you think about it.
It is.
Well, in today's deep dive, get ready to explore a fictional world that takes this fear to a whole new level.
That's right. We're diving into the world of Seeds of Consciousness, a comic book series that tackles this anxiety head on.
And we're so lucky to be joined by expert name again.
It's great to be back.
Now, in this first issue, we meet Rudy.
Rudy.
And Rudy's on a desperate quest. His daughter is trapped in a coma, and he'll do anything to wake her up.
Talk about relatable, that feeling of being trapped. That's something I think we can all connect with.
Totally. But in Rudy's case, he stumbles upon this hidden world. And guess what? He finds out that there's this insidious force at play. It's called the algorithm.
And the algorithm, it preys on that very feeling of being trapped, except in this world, it's not just a feeling, it's a reality.
Okay, so how does this algorithm actually work? What's it doing to people?
Okay, so imagine this. You're living your life, making choices, but those choices, they're not entirely your own.
Wait, what?
You're being influenced, manipulated. Your consciousness, it's being fragmented.
Fragmented.
Yeah, fragmented.
Yeah.
Broken up like a shattered mirror. And each fragment, it's trapped in this simulated reality.
And that's what they call nucleus.
Exactly. The Majukales are these fragmented souls living in a world that's been carefully constructed around them.
And they have no idea, do they?
No clue. They go about their lives completely oblivious to the strings being pulled.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, right? How much control do we really have over our own lives? Have you ever felt like you were just going through the motions?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you were living someone else's script?
Yep.
That's the insidious thing about the algorithm. It plays on those doubts, those moments when we feel most vulnerable.
It's like this. Remember that feeling you get when you're scrolling through social media
Oh, yeah,
and you just lose track of time?
totally.
And it's like you're not even really thinking, you're just reacting.
Right.
The algorithm, it takes that feeling and amplifies it. It turns it into a way of life.
So we're basically talking about a world where free will is an illusion.
In a way, yeah. But the story doesn't end there.
It doesn't. Tell me Rudy finds a way to fight back.
Well, he does get some help from a rather unexpected source.
Okay, this is Seeds of Consciousness, so I'm expecting something pretty out there.
Oh, it's definitely out there. Rudy encounters this being, this powerful deity named Okuwi-Uhi.
A deity, huh? So we're going full on mythology now.
Not exactly. See, Okuwi-Uhi, she's not your typical goddess. For starters, she communicates with Rudy through a rhinoceros.
Wait, what? A rhinoceros?
Yeah, you heard that right. A rhino. It's like this weird blend of ancient wisdom and like sci-fi weirdness.
I gotta admit, I'm intrigued. So what does this rhino-talking deity tell Rudy? How does he escape the algorithm?
She teaches him about the power of his own consciousness, about ancient languages, forgotten practices, things that can tap into the soul directly.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. Are we talking about, like, meditation, mindfulness,
That's just the beginning. Okuhi introduces him to this thing called sacred breathing.
sacred breathing?
Yeah, it's like this 4-cycle breathing technique. Each cycle, it connects your intention, your breath, your energy, and it's supposed to have these incredible healing properties.
Hold on, you're saying this comic book actually gives you the steps to, like, hack your own consciousness by breathing?
That's the thing about Seeds of Consciousness. It takes these ancient ideas and makes them feel tangible, accessible, like something you could actually try.
Wow, so it's not just about escaping the algorithm, it's about building up your defenses from within.
Exactly. And that's where the idea of these sacred temples comes in.
Sacred temples, like places of worship.
Not quite. Okuiui describes them as our inner spaces, our bodies, our minds, our spirits. They need to be nurtured, protected, just like any other sacred space.
So instead of looking for external solutions, it's about cultivating a sense of inner strength, of resilience.
Precisely. It's a powerful message, especially in a world that often feels, Well, overwhelming. Like we're constantly being bombarded with information, stimulation, and it's easy to lose sight of that inner core.
It's like building a fortress, but on the inside.
Exactly. And that inner strength, it becomes even more important as Rudy's journey takes him deeper into this world, into these different realms of existence, and the Kali.
Right, the Kali. We talked about those before. Each one represents a different aspect of our being.
Yeah, like the Kali of space. That's where things get really wild.
Oh, how so?
Rudy, he learns to fly.
He learns to what?
Fly, like actually fly through the air.
No way. Just with his mind.
Well, it's more like he learns to tap into the energy of the wind to bend reality with his thoughts.
Okay, that's just it's amazing. But it makes you think, right, about the power of our own minds. Have you ever just closed your eyes and imagined yourself somewhere else?
Totally.
Like really felt it?
Yeah, like you could almost reach out and touch it.
Exactly. It's like this incredible power we all have. And this comic, it takes that power seriously. It pushes it to the limit. But Seeds of Consciousness doesn't just focus on the positive. It also explores the dangers of unchecked ambition.
Right. We can't forget about the Endirimu.
The big bad. The
Yeah.
embodiment of everything that can go wrong when power goes unchecked.
And he's obsessed with this artifact, this crown of crowns.
The ultimate prize.
Yeah.
The one thing that could give him total control.
And it's a reminder, isn't it, that for all our talk about inner strength, there are forces out there that want to exploit us, control us.
So how does it all end? Does Rudy manage to defeat this Endirimu?
He does, but not through force. That's the really interesting part.
Oh, so how does he do it?
He surrenders.
He surrenders.
Yeah. He lets go of the need to control, to fight. And in that moment of surrender, he breaks free from the algorithm completely.
Wow. So it's not about conquering the external world, it's about mastering the internal one.
Yeah.
It's a powerful message for sure. And it makes you wonder, right?
About.
About what kind of algorithms we might be trapped in our own lives. What invisible forces might be shaping our choices, our perceptions.
It's a question worth asking. And Seeds of Consciousness, it gives us a framework for thinking about those questions, for exploring our own relationship to technology, to power, to our own inner worlds.
It's a call to awareness, to action, to self-discovery. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the incredible world of Seeds of Consciousness. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.